Am I live? I think I'm live. I can see audio levels look all right. I can kind of hear myself. Hi. Don't have anybody live yet, but for those of you watching on replay, I'm Kyle Malone. I do a bunch of stuff here on the Genreverse YouTube channel. Subscribe if it's something you haven't done already, and if you have, thank you very much for doing so. We do a lot of anime content here, game streams, obviously, podcasts covering anything and everything you can imagine in geek and pop culture entertainment. And I've got two wires coming out of my ears. It looks weird. I'm a bit washed out because I forgot to turn down my screen brightness. Give me a second. Oh yeah, and we have merch available. There's a link in the description box below. So if you're looking to support the channel and get something more than my smiling face out of it, you can definitely go check out our Redbubble. And yeah, Final Fantasy 16, here to play some of that again. I'm going to be continuing on mostly with story today. Sorry, I thought I was all set up, and I'm obviously not. So let's get into it. Oh. So I have like one ear right here has is plugged into the extra audio jack for my interface, so I can finally hear myself without taking off the headphones. But at the same time, it's an in-ear, an earbud, and now I can only hear the game coming out of one ear. The other option is to cope with a delay if I monitor the game via OBS, which I don't want the delay. So, since I last streamed, I have not continued any story. I'm still at whatever I gotta talk to Gab after getting my chocobo. I did do some grinding, and I did complete one side quest. It was some go fight a lobster thing and come back. So I did all that. What did I get up to? I got up to level 31. I think I was 29 when I stopped playing last time. I didn't do too much. I went ahead and upgraded Judgment Bolt, and been earning some AP and XP, and I'm ready to carry on a bit now.
I hear there's trouble. But none of the curse breakers have returned.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat
I don't know what I'm
shields,
supposed to do, but sit here and listen. I'm sure this is going to be
ready to set up on the war
10, 15 minutes of cutscenes. I might get to walk from one place to another to get to another cutscene.
It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Are we gonna have another time skip after the next one?
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I don't know, your guys'
I
map
have an
makes
acquaintance
no
in Porter's Older
sense.
who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities.
Yes, the same.
Wait.
The very same.
Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
He literally just said.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
I mean, if he's like supposed to be acting like a always drunk or something, that wasn't very convincing. Let me see if I can't make myself a little bit more comfortable. Since, you know, we got time here to listen to the game. Up. They opened up the hunts. You guys might have to cope with me doing a hunt instead of playing story. We'll see. We'll see. I took down a few marks while I was out level grinding, but they were already in the field. Obviously, this is the first time you get the quests.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Anything
And
new
what
from
can I
you
do
now
for
that
you?
some story stuff has carried on?
Go on then.
Of course not.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I got a crap ton of gil though. That's cool. Where was the hunt board? It's over this way.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
You know, I'm gonna do a full review of this game when I'm done with it. I will say this one point that I'm gonna bring up is just how what is this?
Oh, Clark.
The patrons, does that mean...
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just, I still catalogue every item that arrives. Is everything we've received and everything promised.
Okay, so this is where the renowned stuff comes in. I've got 85. Okay. A berserker ring, meteorite. I got that. Well, I'm real close to 100, so I wanna wait and see what that is. Because a meteorite and the other stuff. Oh, the 400 ability point sounds half tempting, but I think I am gonna go ahead and wait
I may have more
and see
for
what the
ya.
100 holds.
How are you doing? Quick
What I was gonna say, without other
Always something in there.
without other like stores, things to visit, the towns and the
What's the matter, Nectar?
villages all feel pointless and empty because
The hunt board.
Well, they are. You get one.
Where the curse breakers
You get
post
one
sightings of
merchant
particularly
so
fearsome
far. You
beasts.
get this little.
Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free.
The person I was just talking
because
to
they can't be
prior
dealt with when they're
with the
spotted,
side quest
doesn't mean they
stuff. But you don't get any of the like need to go around and talk more, interact with more people. It's just all super fast and and done.
People of Valisthea are going through a lot already.
One shot
But with the blight
stop
and the war,
or one stop
the
shop.
last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of
I
everything
don't really
else.
feel like I'm in this
So if the curse
world.
breakers
I
are
feel
too busy
more
to
like an
help,
observer
then
because
perhaps I
there's just
can.
not much
least I can
interaction.
try.
It's a lot of watching. Yes, let me look at the hunts. See? Already got those. They were just out there already. So, joy. I don't need to ask anything else, I guess. Alright, well, I said I would continue some story, so let's continue some story. Maybe. If they let me.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
Probably not.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance?
Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day.
Ow.
Return to Ironhome.
For what?
Revenge.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Oh boy.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the
Oh,
village
no,
around.
oops. I had the potions selected. Well, at least as I'm fighting my way to my next mission place, these are a bit stronger enemies, so I'll be able to get some XP on the way there. Another thing that kind of makes me feel so disconnected from the party, besides the fact that they're rarely with you, or I won't say rarely, but even when they're with you, there's no interaction. There's no, You don't control them. You don't contribute anything to them. So I don't feel a lot of connection to them, which sucks, man. But Kyle, do you not feel connected to characters you watch in a movie or series? Yeah, sure. But those are movies and series, and consumed as a movie or series. This is a game. It is hard to consume the game as both a super long movie or short, not even short, but as a series with all the cutscenes, and then have all this disconnected time where you're, you know, fighting in a dungeon or out in the field leveling up. There becomes a disconnect between the two, and it becomes very hard for me to feel the stuff they want me to feel for this. What sucks is I think there's a potentially great game in here if you did something different to get your story across, and not so much on the time skipping and not so many long cutscenes. Tell more story together. Let us interact with the party. Let us have some influence on the party some. And why every time I'm attacking these chocobo am I hitting them in their butt? It's almost like they turn around. See? Another thing missing, status ailments. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know. It's part of the Final Fantasy thing. Well, it's a part of the RPG thing. Status ailments. Even action RPGs often have status ailments, and I don't even know if I've ran into one. I've never needed to cure anything.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
But you're going to anyways.
Have our full cooperation.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small?
Hi, bud.
There's barely room to hide a bit.
How can I help you?
I got a 10 streak in my game.
Well, high five on that 10 streak.
Yeah.
Good job, bud.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Welcome, stranger.
That's another thing. Items, like there's almost not even a point in talking to the damn store, because other than potions that you might need to refill, there's never anything to buy. Like, you get given the best things just from missions.
I'd pay more if I could. I reckon that's fair. Keep to the roads now.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what
You
the
don't
Empire
say.
wants, Empire gets.
Is that so?
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100
Another main mission of talking to people.
I'm sorry.
At least I think it
Was this the first time?
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
Yes, I'm
But
sure
we
it
need
is,
to find
you guys.
out. Greetings.
I know that.
We couldn't help notice.
Don't you go telling these strange... I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave Amber and never...
May I at least...
I don't
You
know who
know
you are
why.
or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare this village will not become another East.
Are you sure?
we should be on it.
I'm pretty sure it'll be. I'm pretty sure it'll be another Eastpool. Which there's some bandits there that I could fight for decent.
These people live with a knife to their throats.
APXP.
In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Your mom's
Obedience
a bitch.
bought with fear.
So no, you won't get. They won't get mercy.
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
See, I could be walking while
whoever
they're
they are,
talking about
the
this
Imperials
part.
deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Because I can tell you this, on
A new ally would certainly be welcome.
on all of my
Can we find them before the
deployments,
Imperials do?
whenever we're
Perhaps the
doing
next
stuff,
village will
whether
yield more
that's a patrol convoy or construction stuff on the base, we don't always stop to have our conversations. We usually keep moving. The fact that almost every cutscene is relatively static is also frustrating, man. So frustrating. Like, I don't care to talk to any of these people. I'm just looking for items, and then I'm moving on. There's nothing, no need, no reason to.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
You know, it'd be great if there were some additional shops to visit or reasons to talk more than necessary, but I just don't feel it. I don't. I want to. I really, really do. Alright, so where am I? I'm going out that way. Does this connect? Maybe. We'll just go the way they were kind of pointing me. Why not?
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Stuff lurks there. Who's got the lightsaber again? Have I ran into one of those ones before? I can't remember. Yeah, I did.
More and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Over here! It's over!
This one.
Nice. Always good to be fighting some fresh and new enemies. Rico, how's it going? Thanks for coming to keep company. Oh, you punk.
More of my mother's men.
Oh wow, that really is just like a single targeted type one. I thought it would do more area damage too, like this does. Oh well. Well, I still caught him off a little bit. I thought I was going to be a bit too far away from them for that. Ooh, finally a box. Caught several of them up in that one. Damn it. I used the wrong firepower. I meant to do the Scarlet Sweep or whatever it is, where you big round area damage. What is it called? Scarlet Cyclone.
blood.
Blood.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
I told you to go get bent.
You know who we are. And still...
I told you to
you
have
would
your
bear
mom
your
call me.
steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Okay.
I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Crap. There we go. I got confused. Doing nothing. I'm gonna do this.
Tell me what I want, and the end will be
And
swift.
you see, then we go back
Who are
to
you
a
looking
very
for?
static cutscene. You could have used the in-game engine and had him on the ground where we defeated him, us walking around him or something, but instead it's just this
Have been found.
A-B
branded you
conversation
freed from our
static
hands.
stuff again.
They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
I know.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
It's really just that close, and that's the other thing, man. Is even when it is like walking in between a cutscene, it's like that fast of a walk. Oh, like and look, I think if I was watching this as a series, if this was the Final Fantasy series Sony, the Final Fantasy series Sony wants to put out, then I think I would enjoy it more consuming it as a series. But as a game, I'm not quite sure what they've done and how separate the game part feels from the story part. I don't think it works. It definitely doesn't work for me.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
It's time to go visit Mommy and off with her head.
Why would anyone?
I don't know.
I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We come. Leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields
I mean,
have made
we
it this
look to
far
be
south,
really walking
they may
away,
already
but
be
I'm
in
gonna
Port
look for some
Isolde.
treasure boxes or something. And that's the other thing that really makes a lot of this feel empty. And I'm not talking just this town, which obviously is empty, but even before this, before you take down the first mother crystal, the populations are just uninteresting. They're sparse. They're pointless. I used to love going through and talking and listening to all the characters in like 12 and 15 and none. Well, I don't remember visiting this one before. Martha's Rest. Yeah, we haven't been inside this one before, but even Martha's Rest, you see people, but there's nothing to interact with. They're just there, and they're sparse compared to other towns and the way they've felt in past games. They feel way too big, like wasted space. Like it feels empty. And maybe it's more of not having a reason to go and talk to the people that are there, because like I said, there's one merchant, there's your one point of contact, you know, Martha in Martha's Rest, or Sid at the hideaway for a bit. But besides those like 2 points to discuss in the town, there's almost no reason to until they give you a main mission of talking to people in the town. I just want to be more involved. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. I want to be more involved in this, since it's a game. I'm supposed to be playing this game, and I want to be more involved with it, and I just don't feel
We're
it.
approaching Buick Bridge.
And there's such a disconnect from story time to game time, and it's taking me out of the story and making it hard to enjoy it as a game. I'm only halfway through though, according to the little percentage thing here on the PS5. The little game information they give you.
This one.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just here.
I thought that was like a person curled up in the corner. Hi, kitty kitty. Say the same thing on all three sides. Okay.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
Maybe you should live in the Deadlands. Yes, Leone. Hi.
The passage back to our homes.
Be quiet, phone. I'm just looking to see if there's any other treasure chests here, is all. Don't see any. I know one thing I'll be streaming whenever it comes out next year, and that's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I enjoyed that battle system quite well. Loved the story expansions, especially on like Jesse, some of the other side characters.
Over here!
Get him! That one I got irked at a lot of the like side quests, and where it eventually did become hard to grind in 7 Remake. That was a bit frustrating as well, but not as rough as some of my complaints for this one. Oh, the cat just got up all of a sudden. I'm gonna take a listen to see if there's some sounds out there or something. Might be Christine doing something. Death Blossom! Get him! Man, why do I keep messing up the rhythm for that? I'm gonna level up again soon. Yay!
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle felt better.
Come on. Lure you guys in. Nah, close enough. Whatever. Get him! Whoops. Ah. Oi.
That's the main gate.
Oh, I got a new controller. You
looks
guys
like we're
can
not the
barely
only
tell.
ones hoping to get in.
It's the purple one. They had a sale going on. They were $25 off. So could get a brand new controller for $50. Lucky us, being military or retired in my case, can shop at the exchanges, which are tax-free.
Voice friends dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in or we'll die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in
They have no care about you dying on their doorstep.
Those crystals belong to us all. I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties. Cut you down where you stand. Destroy it.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
I mean, you could help them fight. I mean, not really. I know. You're trying to keep somewhat low-key until you get to your destination. Look how far off they were. Let's get out of the way. And they had a cut scene to get to this cut scene of them walking 10 feet away from where they were.
Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, my uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built. So that... the Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Man. They weren't looking for you, and we're adding yet another party. But it's gonna feel weird. Man, I can't believe I've already been streaming for almost an hour. I don't feel like I've done much in this game in that hour.
Remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Man, could you imagine actually having to sneak around in this gear? The noise it makes.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
32. Am I really that far ahead? I mean, aren't these guys in their
I've only ever seen
level
one
20s?
man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
So, football season's coming up for the U.S. You know, preseason's going on. We got hockey season picking up. You know, preseason for that's next month. Get to October for
And
regular
those who
season.
wouldn't bend the
Super
knee.
stoked about that. Let's
We
go
left
Pens.
before the
Oh,
Empire
hold
could
on.
make
There's
examples
more
of us.
cutscene.
Though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas,
These is the group
there is only
that
so
the Black
much
Shields
a handful of
were
aging
looking for.
shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Yeah, time to go take care of mommy.
The foul work of the Black Shields and their
knife.
mistress.
Or a sword.
You mean
Fireball
my mother?
to the face.
But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense,
Hate
my
makes
lord.
people do
But in case you
crazy
haven't
things.
noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
I mean,
This is
she
their
thinks
main
Joshua's
host.
dead, so what is
If we
she
remove the
doing?
head,
Trying to birth a new
Perhaps we can prevent
Phoenix?
what happened at the docks
And
from happening
it's not
somewhere
happening,
else.
which has got her acting irrational,
If
and
I
it's
do
not
nothing,
happening
then the
because
blood of their
Joshua's
next
still
victims will be
still
on my
alive. I'm guessing it's something like that. Makes sense to me, I
Yours
guess.
and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
Do I get another party
Let us do
member?
our duty.
Or just someone who's going to be like, yeah, I'll join your party. I'll meet you at this place so I can talk to you for 5 more minutes and we never do anything together again.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just
Okay,
our wits.
so it's the second one.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I want so much more from this. I really do.
What is it you require?
And here we are. Like, I've had these items for a while. I think I've had these items before I get my Ifrit abilities, or maybe right there after getting those. I haven't found any of these. Let me buy a handful. Why not?
Of course,
I have no
my
idea if they're
lord.
going to be useful. Excuse me.
May it serve the cause well. I'm sure that it will prove useful.
Alrighty, so we're coming up on almost an hour into the stream. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna have my 10-minute timer up, but I don't expect to be 10 minutes. I'll see you guys in a bit, and we'll talk to Wade and carry on. How's it going? Thanks for hanging out. If you guys are just getting here or jumping into the middle of the replay, I'm Kyle. This is the Genreverse trailer reactions, anime reactions podcast for everything you can imagine in geek and pop culture and entertainment.
Tell us then, Sir
Merch,
what is your
links
plan?
below, website,
Nothing
podcast,
fancy?
network, subscribe if
Lady
you haven't
Jill and
already.
I
Thanks
make
if
for
you
Blue
have.
Bridge
There we
and
go.
provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
And they're in that
How
city,
small
like
exactly?
right next to the area where we were
Small
like, oh
enough.
no, there's too
Now
many
that I
here
have
for
you
us
and
to
Lady
go
Jill
through.
for
And
company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good.
As you command.
yeah, go. I'm good.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
Bloody revenge.
So we shall.
I mean, let's get to the bloody part. We will get one to kind of walk around with us.
from the bridge.
The blessing of the Phoenix go with
That's a good thing, I guess. Was there anything else to look at? No, I already searched around in there.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
I know I'm going the opposite way of where they wanted me to go, but I'm fairly certain they won't keep me from going like right up against the wall there. So I'm gonna go look and see if there's some treasure chests or something, and then I'll head out. Yep, see? Walk right up to it. Them some awful guards. Just let anybody walk right up to the perimeter. Alright, well, nothing here, so let's head the way they want me to go. What the? No, both are there. Okay. I guess it's like the big quest, Black Light Burns, and then big quest part 1. Hold on, phone's going off. Ah, damn it. Nope. Box. I wish the chocobo could do a little bit more. Like, I know you can kick with it, but I do wish it could do just a tad bit more. Kick them. I'm joking. But it would be nice if you didn't have to get off of it to fight some smaller enemies.
The bastards are looking.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
I don't think there's anything else to do, and don't really have to save anymore, but I did level up, so. Let us fight.
What is it now? I told you.
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! That a pair of could guard aught against them. Die along with...
I mean, I've already killed like 20 of you.
Forest area! Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for. There's a good boy.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Dun, da, da.
A noble stand,
A dragoon.
albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Well, if you'd learn how to wipe your ass, I mean, we wouldn't have such strong smells around here now, would we? No. You lost your bearers and you guys can't even be bothered to wipe your own asses. Disgusting. Whoops. Wrong one. That's what I get for shit talking. Get it? Okay, so don't use that.
Help me, boy. Well done, Tom.
There's no one left to keep them occupied.
Oh shit, where,
We need to finish this.
Shit.
You mean
The
finish?
camera got all messed, all wonky. Okay, back up, back up, back up.
Nice try.
Dun, 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 dun. Cool.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
Did it, though?
It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be
Well,
enough
my
to
wife
stop
and son
the
just
currents.
left. Time to order the
time being, at least.
drugs and hookers, right?
Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And can't forget the blackjack.
And
Ah,
then
no,
it
they
will
came
all
back.
begin again. I often
Or
wonder
maybe they
if the nation
just
we
left.
once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home.
Excuse me.
And we must. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy
Excuse
cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalind.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Isolde. Real close to Isildur. There's a lot of references to other, what feel like references to other fantasy things besides, of course, the Game of Thrones-iness here. That's weird. You get a completion for the submission to the mission, and then a completion window for the mission itself. That's when it's like push X to open
And how
door.
long
Now
has my
push
uncle been
R2 to
funding
open
you and
door.
your
We just
comrades'
tricked you with the X part.
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after, and had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to...
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord. It is why he remains ever vigilant.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
And then everyone that hates us, though, well, I mean, we're already used to being
wear it with pride.
Dealing with the hatred.
Be sure
so
that you do.
whatever.
I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve
I know. I had to kill a whole bunch of them.
If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you
That was a
need,
bit of a glitch or something. What was that?
Go.
I hope that wasn't meant to be a dramatic pause. It looked like they were about to walk off, and then the system was like, "Oh wait, we forgot a bit." Line. What's my line?
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
It's a nice axe.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Oh, I'm guessing
You would mock
he
me as well?
trained him, and he's showing him moves that he remembers from training.
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Something from a play. I feel like I should remember what he's doing, but I just don't.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must
I guess
thou
not.
plague me
It wouldn't surprise
still?
me if I don't know what they're referencing and they're just throwing some. Oh, hey,
Very
this
well.
is something else
I
they
shall
shared in
open the
common we
gates
didn't
of
tell you
hell,
guys about.
that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
I mean, it's got to be cooked,
You can't
right?
very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Not that stuff we give those lowly plebs from the palace.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
It's very weird because
All right,
usually,
if it's a ship you require,
if I were
a ship you shall have.
putting this much
I have a
uncut,
galley in port, but recently
full
relieved of her
content
cargo.
of
She can be outfitted for the
anything
voyage in a
else,
matter of
they'd be
weeks.
like, "No, copyright. You are a substitute for the source material." And in this case,
Only a fool would believe
this
even
is more
half
of
the
a,
things you
in my opinion, because of the length of the cutscenes and the amount of story that goes through this, this is almost me being a replacement for the source content. Because, God, man, there's just not a lot of gameplay.
But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
I'd say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my
How would we
nephew's
know?
greatest
We haven't seen you
failing.
guys interact on any of that, so.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage
Basically,
first?
yeah.
Rutherford?
I actually told
my
Brian the other day, I was
cutlass.
like, dude, don't even bother. I was like,
This
if
will be
you want, just watch the cut scenes. I'm sure someone has posted Final Fantasy 16 the movie on YouTube. I keep hoping that the end of this will be worth it all. Like somehow it'll draw me in and I'll be more connected to the characters than I am now. It doesn't feel like it, and I hate that. I hate that I don't feel more a part of this whole story. I feel more of an observer than a participant. Final Fantasy's a role-playing game where the goal is to feel
Monsters.
like a participant.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
No, you became a what's the phrase I'm looking for?
I don't want to be a monster.
I had
Clive.
something, but no. It's just when you shut
Do you
yourself
understand?
down emotionally so you can cope with your
I want to
situation.
choose a different
Like
path, a better path.
soldiers do it, people in abusive relationships
To
or
live on my
in
own terms.
severe circumstances
Before I can do that,
like she was, do
I need
that.
to come to terms with my
You can come back from it. Takes time and effort.
And when you do,
Yeah, it sucks when
I'll be
you
standing
when
there
it
with
becomes
you,
hard to not
just
feel.
as you stood with me.
Or it sucks when it becomes hard to feel.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
See, we didn't need to watch them walk away like that. We could have sped that up a little, just a little bit.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles. Cowering behind them.
Oh, we've got some side quests to do. Can I check my what's the one with the where you do the side quests? You get points for side quests. I forget what they're called. I'll go talk to the doofus over here about it, though. Oh no,
Welcome to the Patron's
doofus is
Whisper.
the other one. Talks about like your
Is everything
allies
we've
or something.
received and everything promised?
Oh, okay. Here we go. So now it's 135. This was 100 earlier. Why did it go up? Why did it go up? It was 100 earlier because that's what I was waiting on. I was going to come in and take a look at it for 100. Will they just keep going up? Or no, 100 maybe showed me these? Maybe that's what it is, because this is what it said. Expand renown to unlock. So maybe 100 just shows me what my next goals were. I wish I knew what those things did. Right now, the only thing that's halfway interesting is this.
You earned this.
Oh, wait. I don't have to...
Here you are.
Oh, it doesn't cost me any...
You earned
Okay.
this.
I see. I thought this cost me, like it would start drawing from my renown. So I had left those there for no reason. Okay. My bad. Any new hunts? I mean, I don't need your animation. Just show me if I got a new hunt. Nope. Okay, let's do a couple of side quests then, shall we? I don't care what it is. Just tell me what I need to do.
Fine.
I knew you. But if all right, now wait.
You two better not be messing with things, cats. Excuse me. So I can I grab them all at once? I probably could. All right, let's see. No, because this is just going to be talking in here then, I guess. And then I'll go do the other one.
That monster's taking quite a liking.
You guys have got like 30 minutes. The cats are already wanting to be fed 25 minutes early.
What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not.
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. Please, mate.
Not the sort of thing.
Why don't you tell it?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Anyway, the other day, she made my stuff look like I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but there. You got what you can.
All right.
So your butt hurt you didn't make as good a weapon or armor as someone else.
If you're glad. Karen. Thank you, Karen. So, it sounds good.
Sorry, Cat's got into some stupid situation.
mean?
But
So,
yeah, but
there's the road.
Sure, I know I'm not done with the other one. I gotta go somewhere for that one, but whatever. At least I can grab all of these missions and have them all ready to, like, for me to go around completing them. I still don't know how this thing is surrounded by water when it's like right here in this dry piece of rock. Like, is this really supposed to be over here somewhere instead? Then what are all the maps make no sense.
won't be long now, Martel. You'll try your apple soon enough.
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me.
See, I am.
Is there?
Oh, Mark, you. Oh, sure you.
Oh, did I already have something, or did he
hear that,
give me
Martel?
something? Okay, no, I hadn't already. That's cool. Here we go. What's up in here? Oh, I've already been down there and looked at that. Alright. Up we go, and let's complete these. Martha's Rest, Curse Breakers is one that I can do, apparently.
What could this place be? Any more confusing?
You see, like, this is an example of a place that's way too big for the setting. Like,
Did you even read it?
more should be cut off. It's just, it feels so empty, and not just of people, but of things to do. And I'm sure they'll probably add some to it as time goes
Might be
on.
Tyre has a bomb.
Maybe. But in that case, like I said, maybe things should be just totally cut off, and as the population and army here grows, maybe then you have more places open up. It's not time, Riza.
That book, do you think you might read it to me?
Sorry, I'm texting Christine. I can't, like, select it. Just tells me where to go. Passing along the trail from Lost Wing to Care Norvant. Or Norvent. So do I not need... Hold on. Sorry, she took Lucas to an appointment, and okay, so I guess I just have to go. I just have to go there. Does that plus stay there? Rico, do you know? Like, is there a way for me to get that plus to go away, or is it just once I complete the mission? There's nothing to select. There's no button. So I'm guessing I just go and that's it, right? Anyways, Christine's breathing situation
Weren't she the girl from the
made
Burrow?
this tougher on her, and that's what we were talking
Aye,
about
and
and
brave as a
what
Bane
Lucas
might.
is
Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to
what
collect
we
them
need to do
trees
about
when Titan
Lucas's
attacked?
appointments in the future.
Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? She had a... Them old apples were enough to cut.
How did we never
Where are
hear
you?
of it?
Forget-
Okay, so that's frustrating. That's like a notification you can't get rid of. I hate that. It's like at that point it should go off to the area I'm supposed to go to on the map, not be stuck at the hunt for.
Everyone's regards.
Do I really have to go all the way back down stairs?
I could have sworn we had a few.
I really don't know what we're gonna do about Christine.
It's not the
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond.
They remember she went. They love.
Oh boy, a trophy.
This ton here pulls the black from the lake.
Okay, so now I can just skip the map stuff. Where's Lost Wing or whatever? Ah, there it is. And then... So it should be somewhere in this one. Like along that path line right there.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey.
And you see, that's not. I don't like that you don't have a way to. There's got to be something with the hunts that you can keep track of it. Okay, so at least I can get rid of it off the map if I wanted to, but you would think that hunts, you would have a way to not have to remember, like memorize whatever the freaking piece of paper said. Do you really, Rico, do you really have to just remember what it said? There's no way to add the hunt information to your mission or whatever? That is awful. I'm sorry. That's worse than that seriously feels like something they just forgot to do. It feels like someone had the task of, hey, add the function of selecting hunts. That's as rough as not putting in a sprint button. And you see, I don't have any. I don't have that Wade guy either. But they only said that they'll show up for some missions. Will you two stop it?
Over here! This one.
Oops. Yeah, I can see where that would become an issue. Almost like you should just take a screenshot of the hunt. But that's ridiculous that you would have to even think of doing that. Especially if you want to be able to, say, do a couple of hunts along your way to somewhere. And, you know, maybe it's a bit of a detour from where you need to go, but it's still relatively, like, on the way. You might forget where to take the detour. And then you have to go all the way back unless, like I said, you start, like, taking screenshots or something. Man, it is a lot of little things and a few big things, but it's frustrating, man. I want so much more for this and from this. And it's just not meant to. It's not meant to be.
Get him!
And also another thing, what am I at on this? Let's tell me. It doesn't have my total the total game progress. 54%. And you notice I'm not saying anything about hours because I've been doing a grinding in between story, but 54% of the game allegedly done, and I have been in the same chunk of the map for 50% of the game, and there's like supposed to be all this other stuff over here, and I'm just curious as to what the other 50% looks like or feels like, and what the pacing for it will be like, because I'm having a hard time finding how this is all going to come together for me and feel like a fulfilling experience. Okay, so I didn't see it. Where is this thing supposed to be at? It said along the path. Maybe I should have gone up this way. Move, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I don't remember where I killed her at. Which castle? This one right here, the North Reach? Or was it the other gate? See, I thought they said the River Gate on the way back from Lost Wing. You know what? I'm gonna use Google, which sucks because I shouldn't have to do that for the game like that. What is this one called again? Blacksmith's Blues. Not blackouts, blacksmiths. Stupid frickin' thing. Southeastern corner of Norvent Valley. Southeastern corner. So yeah, like back here somewhere. Thank you, Rico. I mean, this is the southeastern.
Straight home now.
Oh, okay. Better be worth the fight.
The leather work will have to wait. Morgul, look sharp.
Over here! Get him! Get him! Get him!
No, I hate that damn thing.
Sick him! This one! Go! I'm hurt! Over here! Too slow. This one! Go! Over here! Nice try. This one!
Damn it.
Get him! This one! Over here! This one!
Damn it.
I needed that.
To me, boy! To me, boy! Over here! To me, boy! I'm hurt. This one.
I mean, the fights at least are quite epic looking and feeling from time to time. Hey Q, how's it go? How's it going? Welcome, welcome back to the stream. Or to one of our streams. We just defeated a griffin.
Is something there? Could that be?
Probably.
Well, that's your fault, isn't?
That's another thing. Not having cure, not having a place to sleep and just refill your life. Those are weird things to be missing from a Final Fantasy game.
What is it? Treated leather. Right. Well,
Yeah, I don't care, man. I've dealt with so many cutscenes I don't care about the item stuff, the history of the items. Just give them to me so I can get going. While I'm out here, may as well as head over to Martha's Rest and take care of that. As a matter of fact, though, sorry, Q, I know you just got here, but I have to go feed my pets, and it's been 2 hours, so time for a 10-minute break. Probably less than that. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I think I'm back. Ugh. So, Q, no to Jujutsu Kaisen, yes to Chainsaw Man. I just put the link to the playlist for that in the chat room. And BSD, I don't know what that stands for. I might know what that stands for, but as of right now, it's not ringing a bell. Am I actually hearing myself in my... I don't think I was hearing that anymore. Hold on. Okay. No? Did the, I think my cord died. Okay, there it goes. Now my cord is back. I'm good to go now. What is BSD?
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Well, at least this one's a little bit more than like 50 yards out of town.
Sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Anyone know what anime BSD might be? I don't know why I can't think of. Oh, Bungo Stray Dogs. There it is. I was sitting there trying to think of something that started with a B but had 3 words. Or Bungo Stray Dogs. Is that what you're thinking?
Scorpions.
And we have not seen it yet. It was a potential. I think we did a poll or something for it maybe once, and it didn't win. And not that we're not gonna ever do it, but right now my wife is having troubles doing a few reactions a week for the seasonals. She's having issues taking Lucas to this appointment she just did, and I don't know what it's going to be like going forward if she doesn't get better. And it might have to be more reactions with just me, maybe some others with just me and Brian. The only drawback is it's not just what I can do with Christine. If she's not feeling well, because I'm myself disabled physically and mentally with the brain injury and stuff, but everything that I do in a day taxes one or the other, my body or my brain, and that includes having fun. It takes brain power to play a lot of games, and physically, if you notice, like I'm leaning back a lot. If you ever watch me in my computer chair, it's reclined as far as it can be comfortably to still play at the computer, but I personally can't even sit upright for super long. So the point that I'm trying to get to is that I can't do extra stuff on my own if she's also not well, because if I need to fill in the space, if I have to fill in the gap of like things that she would have been doing for Lucas, like take him to this appointment, if she can't do that, then I have to save brain or physical stamina to do those things, which sucks. So I don't know what will I don't know what it's going to be like. That's why we haven't really been, I haven't really been trying to burn through the videos that we have already recorded. I posted a Hell's Paradise today, simply because we needed to get something up for you guys. And I miss editing. And I'm still supposed to see a surgeon on the 24th about my situation. So
Any worse, at least.
I don't know what to tell you guys, but I do appreciate the support and suggestions, and I want to be watching and reacting to more anime with every one from AVR squared. Hopefully we get there, guys. But thanks, Q, for both the recommendation and your understanding. But check out the Chainsaw Man reactions. We had a lot of fun with that show. Yeah.
Did you find...
You...
That sounded gross.
I grab a spoon.
Yeah, it didn't look so great.
Odin's teeth. What assault on the senses. And yet, up. It takes a moment to recover from such an... I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
Yeah, that stuff seems awful. Christine is due back. Christine is due back like 6:10 Eastern time. So maybe another 30-45 minutes, because if she's feeling bad already and texting me, then I need to be ready for when they come home to take care of and entertain Lucas by myself, so she can rest. We were going to be done when she was coming back regardless, because the three of us were going to play some worms. But now I think it'll just be me and the boy for the evening. So
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sound... Good fan.
Yeah, here. Come on. All right, turn for
Let me...
Excuse me.
Listen, still, I'm glad.
That was the I'd Clive's on.
Just don't let that boy. Anyway.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there.
Cool.
Right, now that's
Won't be
sorted.
keeping
I've
you
got
up
duties
then,
to
I
attend to.
guess. I didn't do a reset after that last break, but for those watching on replay, and it looks like there's someone besides Rico and Q here in the chat. Welcome to the Genreverse. We do a lot of podcasts and reactions here, mostly anime and trailer reactions for those, and podcasts covering anything and everything you can imagine in geek and pop culture entertainment. There's merch link down in the description box below. Check out all the cool stuff. We will be covering Ahsoka if you're into Star Wars when that comes out. And look at that, I still can't upgrade Jack. So I did all that for what? Nothing really special, huh? Man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It really is.
I could have sworn we had a few more. Typical nobles.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
You know,
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on
I
this
don't know if you remember the previous
Ever the
conversation
charmer.
from the other day about my
What will it be
lack of
today, then?
care for the
The Iron
prequels,
Kingdom.
but
I need to know what to expect.
or
You'll soon be
Rebels
setting sail for
and
Drake's Breath, then,
Clone
I
Wars
take
for that matter. But
The mother crystal that rises from
I don't
the
know.
boiling
I'm hoping it's
There was a
good, but I don't
time
have a
when a
lot of
true-blooded
I don't have a
Rosarian
lot of
had
faith in
only
it.
to
I
brave
don't.
the waves
I'm not
to visit
betting on it being good. I'm betting
then
on
the
it maybe
Iron
being
made their move.
good if you're into that. Like it might not suck like Kenobi did, or suck as bad as Mando season 3 did, in my opinion.
As you
But I
know,
don't
the
know
Iron
if it'll
Kingdom
actually
rules over
be
the islands to the
like
west
a
of Storm.
everyone that likes
rather, its
some
church
sort of
does.
Star Wars
But this is
liking
not the
this one. I
pragmatic
don't
approach to
I don't
state
know.
religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens
Hi,
plundering the
Keone.
objects of their worship for the
Come here.
means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of
Come here.
magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a
She's
sinful
being camera
thing,
shy.
a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn
I know.
against their enemies.
They're quite hypocritical.
Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again.
You know,
under the Empire's stewardship.
Iger was the one that's
Meaning
responsible
the Iron
for
Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold
responsible
they need to march
for
on mainland
wanting
soil
one Star
when
Wars
next
movie a
they
year
spy an
and all of the big expansion in Star Wars films, and he also didn't want to take more
The Mother
time
Crystal is
to
both
make
the object of the Iron Blood's
episode
worship
9,
and their gateway
and
to
we
the
see what that results are.
Making
I know a lot
Drastanus
of
the
people
holiest
thought
of
that he was a
holy
savior compared to Chapek or
from which the
Chapek,
Orthodox Crusade
who
shall one
increased
day
all the
sail
other
forth
stuff
to
for
claim the
Disney,
remaining Mother Crystals,
Disney
or die
Plus.
trying.
But both of them are equally responsible
traded
for
blows with
the
the Iron
expansion and
Drake's
increasing
Breath.
in content for Disney Plus. Like it started under Iger, increased under Chapek.
They sent their fleet against
Both of
Rosaria.
them have been bad, in my opinion, for Star Wars. With
captured the
Chapek
women,
showing himself to be
Jill.
more
I'd say
bad
you'd be forgiven
for
for
Marvel.
wanting a little
I'm wondering if Chapek hadn't been there, if Iger would have said, you know, let's slow down
Destroy the Mother Crystal.
earlier than what they're earlier than now. They're slowing down now, so to speak.
Not
So
much else to do here.
they're both bad for
Let's see if Jill's ready.
business, really. Really bad for business. Streaming is not a sustainable system. Not without having more ads and everyone having to watch ads or raising prices. The bad thing is here in the West, we have a lot of people. I'm sure it's elsewhere, but I won't try to judge, or not judge, but put myself in other people's shoes. But outside of the West, outside of the U.S., we have a lot of people here that feel entitled to entertainment.
It will be over soon.
They really don't feel like they should have to pay for it, but that entertainment better frickin' be there. And I don't know how they expect it to be there if they're not paying for it, so that there's money to make more. Streaming services just don't. Subscriptions do not provide enough money to make the amount of content that people want. And when you drop your subscription month to month, when the show that you want the most isn't on, then you don't make enough money. That's why they offer the, hey, we'll give you a bit of a discount if you buy a year at a time. So that way they at least have it locked in. It's not sustainable.
And I know that I can do it.
I don't disagree, Q, about waiting a decade for more Star Wars, but instead they're betting that Rey is a bigger draw than than she is, and we'll be getting that next year, or 2025. Like I said, outside of the U.S., especially with the rights, what's streaming, what's not. I know your country has a very unique situation going on for it right now, but all of that is different than here in the U.S. when someone literally says, if I can't get it for free, I will pirate it. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, if it's not included in my subscription, I'm gonna pirate it. Like, you're not entitled to entertainment, people. It costs money to make things. And even if, like, Disney lost almost $500 million on its direct service, like streaming, right? Lost almost $500 million. Even if you took, say, 80% of the C-suite pay, you're not paying for that gap alone, let alone all of the other issues in other studios. So it's quite frustrating when people really truly do feel entitled to entertainment, because then they complain along with writers and actors when they're like, hey, where's the money? And here's a prime example, and sorry, getting a bit from the game here, but Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig and others involved in the Barbie movie are getting a huge amount of bonuses, a bonus payday, because of the performance of it at the theaters. And yet you've got all these people lining up. I support the actors. I support the writers. Well, the best way for them to make money is for you to see their projects in theaters, and or buy a home video copy. It's not pay your pennies to the pennies for them to the streaming services. They will actually make more if you give them money. But it's not even about them. It's about everything else. It's about the actors, the writers, the directors, the everyone else involved in it. You can sit there and say, you don't want to give Disney your money, but then at the same time, you're not giving the people that you do like their money, your money, and you're not. And not you. This is like royal you. Anyone out there. And if you just pirate it, you're still running into the same thing where eventually there's no money to make more content. Yeah. No, Rico. Not unless you're one of the yous I'm aiming at. What is it? Hit Dogs Holler. Jonesy and I like that one on the Breaking Geek Radio podcast. And like I said, there's different situations. I don't begrudge in people that can't afford to go to the movie theaters. It definitely, by all means, please buy milk and bread instead of going to theaters. But it's the person that sits there and goes, I can wait until it hits streaming instead of going to theaters. But then we'll sit there and be like, man, them writers and actors aren't getting enough money. Well, you're not seeing their stuff in theaters, and they can't make money off of it. You're not even buying a T-shirt, a Blu-ray, or purchasing a digital copy. They cannot make enough money via streaming subscription services. Not as they are now, and not without adding, ads. And that's ads for everyone, or jacking your price up to being like $50 a month just for Disney Plus. Then if everyone was willing to pay $50 a month, you might be able to make it relatively sustainable, but you would have to cut the amount of original content dramatically. It costs money. And what I like on Daily Cog, when Manny and I discuss some of this stuff, some will be like, oh, you're simping for a billion-dollar corporation. No, I'm simping for myself. I want to be entertained. I want to have something to watch. And the only way for me to have something to watch is for them to have the money and resources. Hi, Saris. The money and resources to make something for me to watch. I'm being selfish. I want to be entertained. I just am willing to pay for it. And again, this isn't me attacking anyone in particular or people that can't purchase or whatnot. It's just me saying there's a group of people that feel entitled to entertainment, and that's very, very immature to be entitled to anything, especially the fruits of other people's labor like that. You're just not. But then again, without people paying for the entertainment, I can't be entertained. Or at least not with good entertainment. Everything looks like crap. Everything's cheap looking these days. When did all of the sitcoms on TV, and I don't know if you guys get to see U.S. sitcoms like The Neighborhood or anything like that, but sitcoms these days all look, and not even just them, but even some of the like procedural cop dramas, they all look like they were filmed on the Disney Channel these days. They all kind of feel cheap. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to put my finger on it exactly. But when you look at a sitcom like How I Met Your Mother compared to the Neighborhood, there's like an actual feel, look, texture difference. It's weird. Cat, you cannot put this controller in your mouth, so stop trying. And please sit down. Saris. Hi. And she pretty. Don't you dare. No. And you guys let the secret out. Not only is Kyle a frickin' weeb, but he's also a film nerd and a business geek.
It's over.
Where am I heading? I think I was just doing some level grind. Why am I doing some level grinding? Yeah. See, and like I said, I never want it to seem like when I'm like, pay for your entertainment. It's not one of those things where I'm getting on to anyone and everyone. Those with the ability and with the means, you're not entitled to your entertainment. That's all. That's all I'm saying. It costs money to make a movie, a show, a video game. People that think subscription services like Game Pass are good for gaming, it's not. It's so bad. It's so bad. Microsoft has still not made it profitable, and they still have not made it. They've missed marks on their subscriber goals. Not everything needs to be games as a service, but that's where we're heading, where everything from your most simple platformer to your sports games, your RPGs, everything is going to be like mobile gaming games as a service, because that's the only way to kind of make it sustainable. So that's less games,
whatever the cost,
longer life cycles for them, way more money spent on loot boxes and microtransactions, plus your subscription service. And I still don't think it'll be quite enough. Not without a drastic reduction in the number of games. It just doesn't math. It just doesn't math. You cannot get more for less money. It just doesn't work. It sounds great for consumers. I'm not saying that it's not a good deal for consumers, but it's bad for the business, and it will be bad for consumers in the end. Because again, why would you want Mario as a service? Why would you want Final Fantasy as a service, except for the MMO style? But I'm talking like a mainline game. I'm not feeling it, guys. It worries me quite a bit. Because like I said, I want to be entertained.
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. Sanctuary is inside the mountain.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Should be able to enter by the
that at least puts money in the pockets of the studios to hopefully make more content. and like I said, I'm not one that's I'm not like on the poor CEO side.
It used to belong to
I'm a
Rosario,
numbers
didn't
guy.
it?
I understand the
Though
numbers,
it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
and I know that even if you took like I said, 80% of the C-suite pay, that's any of the chief whatever officers, if you took almost all of their money, you're not going to make up for the gaps in losses from things like direct to customer services, streaming services. It just doesn't math. I wish it did.
The ether flood must have spread. It was
Just
never
like I
like
wish
this before.
the idea of 9 Marvel projects in a year had worked. I really wish it did, because I was all about it in 2019 when they announced all the shows, and like, man, we're gonna get 3, maybe 4 movies in a year, and then we could end up with 2 or 3 shows in a year for Marvel. That sounds amazing. And then the quality was trash. The quality in story, quality in effects, just the quality of Marvel became garbage, trying to fill that streaming gap and make sure that they could maintain the subscriber base. Sponsor who? The CEOs? I wish they were paying me. Hell,
Even a bad one.
man, the things that I would do differently for many of these companies would save them so much money. My Inhumans was awful. Inhumans was horrendous. I wasn't even a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after like season 1 because it wasn't connected. The majority of the Netflix shows were good. The majority of those were good. Took their time, felt more connected, especially to each other. For the most part, you know, they're not all winners. Yeah, I could, Disney and them, Warner Brothers, my consulting fees are so much cheaper. So much cheaper.
Nice try.
Damn it, I keep messing that up. Scott Pilgrim anime looks great, Rico. Really excited about that. Man, it was a culture here in the U.S. in the 90s and 2000s. Allegedly, some young preteen, early teenager named Kyle made money selling burned CDs in the 90s. Allegedly, I had heard that story. I don't know if it's true or not, but ow. Discs 10,000, Mafia games, San Andreas 3 working mods. Yeah, the piracy game was a big deal. It really was. I could say that, you know, allegedly I might know how to have modded PlayStation 1s back in the day. I didn't get a chance to get into PS2 mods, but yeah, my knowledge of the system is there.
The old arboretum is just up ahead. We'll enter the caves from there.
But I buy everything. Like copying your own stuff, the ability to make a backup copy of your own thing that you've already purchased, that's a legal right. Like I'm entitled under US law to have a personal copy of whatever media I buy. And if I needed to make an adjustment to my system in order to play that legal copy, so frickin' be it. I'm not breaking any laws relatively adding something to my system. I'm voiding some warranties, but not necessarily doing anything wrong. And that's just like dumping your own ROMs of cartridge games or whatever, because Nintendo never wants to make things truly backwards compatible or let you carry a digital purchase from system to system. But if you've bought it once, I believe you're entitled to having a backup copy. Movies, same way. Ripping movies, ripping your CDs. All of my DVD collection has been ripped. And that allows me to control the bit rate and quality as well. And with my physical discs, I don't ever have to worry about the studio closing or the console store shutting off or I went backwards, didn't I? I did. I went all the way back to the beginning, sitting here talking to you guys. But if the internet goes out I've got, you know, a crap ton of games I can play, a crap ton of movies I can watch. Yeah, I can't suggest physical media and backing up your own stuff enough if you've got the means. And you guys got me talking on all sorts of stuff that's not Final Fantasy. I don't mind. It's been fun, good conversation. I am going to have to wrap it up here, though, so that way, like I said, I can be here for Christine and Lucas. Let me get back to where I was, though. I can't believe I was trying to look for a map, and of course there is none. Not that you really need it here. It's pretty. The dungeons are pretty linear. And again, not complaining about it, just mentioning it. I do appreciate the conversations. And Rico, how are you looking forward to the Scott Pilgrim anime? I think it looks good. I love the fact they're getting the voice cast back. I think that's great.
Wait.
It's a trap. It does. It does. Big fan of the movie. Big fan of the cast.
It's turned.
My son enjoyed the movie, actually. Lucas liked it. This will be our last battle, guys. So that way I can... Oh, I already said why.
Believe me.
So yeah, this will be my last battle. I appreciate everyone that has stopped in, watched, and watching on replay. Do appreciate that as well, of course. Please do check out other stuff here on the channel if you're into podcasts about anything in entertainment, especially if you liked the businessy talk. Breaking Geek Radio and Daily Cog do that. Piracy was so developed country. Do not be surprised. Famicom. I don't know if I've heard of that one, but I have heard about other situations during when the Iron Curtain was up about some stuff like that. I don't remember if it was Ukraine specifically, or maybe it was even a Russian thing. It might be the one you're talking about. But I've got some memories of seeing some YouTube videos and stories about some piracy consoles. Oh, we got him down to half damage with that. Oh, what's he spitting out? Oh, gunk. Oh, shit. I needed that. Sorry. Oh, I didn't want to use that. those I have not played either one of those. I've seen them, I've thought about them, but I'm not a loot box type guy, and I'm not going to spend a lot of money on it. I do have a World of Tanks and World of Warships, and I've spent some money on those, but not in years, and not a lot. Just not my type of thing. And if I haven't really looked into whether or not you absolutely must spend some world money, or if it's truly at least playable for, you know, relative free. I will say this: if you tell me that I could spend $50 once and thoroughly enjoy the game, then I could consider it. But if it's something that I'm going to have to spend more than the price of a game, then no, I don't think I personally would be interested in it. Now, it's a type of game that is built from the ground up for that. It's different than when I'm talking like making Mario a game as a service, like Destiny and MMOs. I get those being what they are, but when, you know, Battlefront became like that, Battlefield and Call of Duty becoming like that, I find that just the worst. And what I don't get is people will, on one hand, talk about how much they love Game Pass and all of the quote-unquote free games, because why should they pay X amount of money for a game when it's going to be on Game Pass, but then they'll spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year on gacha games, and I'm not hating, do what you want with the money. It's the hypocrisy of being like, nah, man, I pay full price for Final Fantasy solo player game. Let me go spend this $1,000 on tradable digital cards. Do what you want with your money. I'm not hating on that, but that's a bit hypocritical, and the idea of not, again, it takes money to make your games, and if you're like, I don't want to pay full price for this game, then you put even me at a disadvantage as someone who wants that game and is willing to pay for that game. I don't like the hypocrisy aspect, that's all. Okay, we got it. So, let me know, Q. Is it something that I could spend the price of a full game on and do that only once and get a full enjoyment out of Genshin or Honkai? Because I wouldn't mind playing it. And I did win. Thank you, Rico. Yeah, like I said, that's going to be it for today. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for hanging out and watching. Q, let me know in the comments section, or let's see, year and a half. And in fact, all you need to do is just play and pay for a subscription once a month. $5, $6 once a month. You have more than enough. I think all this pay to win whining is just overrated. Okay. That's something I could, you know, if I wanted to pay for a year, you know, that is around $50, $60. That's the price of a game. I don't think that's the worst, but it would depend on if I got a full game's enjoyment out of it. But then again, it's not meant to be like a beginning, middle, end type story game. So thanks for the information on it, guys, and thanks for hanging out with me all day. Or all day for the last 3 hours. I'm gonna go be a good dad and a good husband, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.